Ah, that was great. Great talk, great memories. Mr. Robert Scott and Carl Newsom, formerly known as Solid Heat. Man, that was great. In this year, 2025. Well, speaking of my mother and my father, man, we used to have fantastic, beautiful conversation verbal jam sessions. This is a conversation from 1989. My father, at that time, my father was born in Harlem, New York, Rex Garvin. Oh, for anybody that's curious, like I said earlier, you can go to Rex Garvin and the Mighty Cravers. And that guy in the middle with the glasses, that's my dad. So much a life with him. Oh, boy, what a blast. I'm going to do more shows about me and my family, man. We're off the hook. Like I said, the closets are opening. My father was born in Harlem, New York, and you figure born in Harlem, you're born in the Mecca. Duke Ellington, Lucky Melinda, Chick Webb, Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, Harlem, oh my God, there's no place like Harlem. And my father was born in it. He was born in 1940. And you figure, hanging around the Apollo, he's 14 years old. Well, he ridden over the mountain when he was like around, what, 15 to 16 years of age for Johnny and Joe. That song was in Raging Bull. It's in a lot of movies. Listen to that song, Over the Mountain Across the Sea. Well, my father was in the backstage at the Apollo in the late 50s. Him and Marvin Jr. from the Dells. Stay in My Corner. What other song? They made so many songs. Stay in My Corner. Oh, What a Night. The Dells, Marvin Jr., one of the greatest R&B opera voices ever. Did you hear what I said? One of the greatest R&B opera voices ever, Marvin Jr. Matter of fact, Teddy Pendergrass got his singing style from Marvin Jr. Well, my father was in his late, probably he had to be around 14 to 15, and he's backstage with Marvin Jr. at the Apollo. They are talking about the arrival of James Brown. Nobody's never seen James Brown before. So my father's talking about the first time, the first James Brown experience, and him and Marvin Jr. was backstage observing it. This is 1989. Me, my mom, and my dad. The conversation verbal jam session. Check it out.
No, James Brown had, I don't know what made him do that, but it was everybody, it was the first time you heard total separation. You knew what the bass, you could hear the bass player, the horns, and the drummers. Didn't nobody outshine each other.
Everybody complimented each other.
It was right, and it was precise. So Marvin Jr. said two words, damn, man. That's all he had to say. Nothing he could say.
He got quiet?
Everybody got quiet. Everybody got quiet. And James Brown must have went through about a quarter of each episode can be timed. And they wanted to make sure that these musicians, and so they knew that there was going to be a problem. And James Brown rehearsed so much. I think his rehearsal lasted about a half hour. And by that time, everybody was sitting around. And after this pandemonium and this revelation got through, one of the guys, he said, "Man, where you from, man?" And then, I'm from Augusta, by way of California. He was laughing.
So he knew he kicked.
He knew what he did.
That's why he was like, but he was still being cool though.
But see, if you went over to him, he'd say, "Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, we ain't doing nothing."
Right, modest.
I said, "Yo, all right, yeah, damn, man, we all fun." We said, "Oh," but then, but after that, a lot of guys wanted to rehearse with the Apollo Theater band again to get their shit, make sure that they just want to go fuck up.
Yeah, man.
But most of the groups had their own guitar player or piano player.
Okay.
Like Buzzy and Lloyd with the baritone, type of thing. So, and Cedar was with the harp tones, that go on and on. Rex with the harp. But that day, everybody came up from that basement. Like, the James Brown band was exuberant. They wanted to get some barbecue.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown, hey man, we gotta get something to eat. And then somebody asked, "Where's the state store?" And James Brown was like, no, not now. The state store, what I found out was a liquor store. And that would be called state stores down south.
Right.
That's not really expression, state store.
D.
Where's the state store?
They must have been like foreigners to y'all then, because they were
foreigners up there.
I mean, to y'all,
yeah. That's what she said, yeah, like up there,
Yeah, and then one of them said, Bo Diddley had told him about some Tasty Freeze. which is the ice cream, you know, the soft ice cream.
Yeah.
It was before Carvel, by the way.
Right.
And how they come up from the basement, they came up like, you ever seen a picture of slaves going up the hill where they can't, or prisoners going up the hill where they can't talk? They just go up.
Real slow, like it's a song. Ooh.
Like Silver Fire.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, James Brown and his band, they had packed up the stuff. The guys said they could read instruments down there. They had to get something to eat. I mean, they came off, they was on this bus. But they were hungry. And, you know, they weren't smelling too slick either.
I bet they wasn't.
You know, on that road, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they checked into where? The
Teresa.
The Teresa Hotel. And James Brown heard about the Braddock. He gets the shit stolen in the Braddock, which was up the street from the backstage.
That's when the low class stayed there.
Yeah, that's where the Kennedys got fucked up at.
That's when you didn't have no money at all, huh?
Right. Or they flew out. Braddock would accept you on a contingency basis.
Oh, really?
Pay me or I'll fuck you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, that night, to make the story short, we all went on as programmed, and everything went off. But James Brown wasn't the star. I don't know who the star was. But because he had a band, he was going to open. That's the first time I heard the word open for somebody. You see? So James Brown opened. It was either Clyde McPhail or one of those stars there. But what happened, everybody did their thing, and then when James Brown first came out, the audience mumbled. James Brown, the one that made Please, Please, Please. James Brown was smart. What he did was something that is still with me now. What is it? Mr. Please, 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 James Brown. So he had on this, you know, suit, and, probably green and blue, electric blue suit, and even then the colors were intense. And he did something, I don't know what it was. I can't give you the bass line now because it skipped me, but he did like a shuffle. Then he stopped, boom, 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 please, please. And that's it. After he did that, James Brown had... After he did
so he psyched them up to a groove, started off, we get them going, then he dropped, please! Then the crowd was like, what?
After that, James Brown had the black race in his...
It's God-given. I'm sorry.
So he's the godfather, so
it's God-given.
After he did Please, and started with crawling on the floor and stuff, he had the nigga. Of course, then he came back with what he rehearsed. I know what he came up with. After Please, 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 and the right from
You leave me, I go crazy?
Yeah.
You leave me?
But that was the first one. But I'm saying after Please, 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 he had that towel act in, you know, right. He had his own towel.
That came later, right.
And then after he said, oh, don't say baby, don't go. And that's the crowd is going, right?
Yeah.
Going. Then the band. Right, he got him again. Got the crowd, got him again, man.
He got
him again.
But blacks never seen that before.
They motherfuckers in their seat doing this. People at the audience, from the curtain, you know, the people at the audience,
paralyzed them.
They didn't see no shit like that. And then, that next night, Friday night midnight show, Mr. Brown was the star of the show. They started moving motherfuckers up and down, Jack. They said, oh no, we ain't. We're gonna put this nigga on laugh. That's to keep the crowd in.
Oh.
See, that's to keep the crowd. And that's when, after that, before the midnight show.
That's deep.
Every show, then on, for Spam was one of them. He used to get them niggas out of there because he would get some more money for them seats. And the other time that
that's why he would clean them out.
Yeah.
Oh, because they were staying in the
then lines started to form.
Oh, okay.
We want to see this strange nigga make all these moves and shit.
The word got out quick about it, didn't it?
But the deep part about it.
Less than an hour? A little huh?
You could, some niggas didn't want to go leave their seat.
Yeah.
Right, I ain't going nowhere. So yes, you are. Remember, they showed you a movie.
Sure
remember
did.
I remember them days when they showed
and the band used to, when the steam went up.
But they didn't make you leave, though. You just stay for another show.
If you want, they wouldn't bother you. I mean, but most people had something to do, had to work. You know, they had to leave. But then the second balcony, you had to clear them motherfuckers out.
Yeah, they always clear them out.
You know,
they always clear the
James
second
Brown
balcony
scared
out.
the second balcony something to death. I bet you know, one ice cream cup came over in that stage.
Isn't that something?
Matter of fact, the second balcony was locked. A lot of people in the office was doing one of these because the balcony was locking. You didn't think it was going to come down, do you?
But you know, you made a point just now when you said that he had the black race in his hand. That's like,
you got it.
that's unique,
He
man.
had him already there.
That's,
Nah,
and
he
then,
got
and,
it.
and, and,
he was doing this. I'm talking about the black American race.
right. When it comes to music,
the word got around. This motherfucker coming to this town. It's something you never seen before. Niggas want to see. They must have got on the phone and called people from Philadelphia. If James Brown coming, bring the family.
Okay.
Bring everybody you know.
But was he the first person that you think, or you know for a fact, to have a review like he had with Vicki Anderson, Bobby Bird?
Most of you had to travel with reviews in them days.
Oh, really?
You had to.
But he had his own pack, though. Maceo Park, he had like Maceo Park.
Most stars had it.
Hank Ballard.
Yeah, most
He had
stars.
like a star-studded show within himself.
Yeah, most stars had it. They had their own comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had their own somebody. Cause don't forget.
Was that come taken from Vaudeville?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Vaudeville, you had variety acts.
That's deep.
Now.
Okay, that was fantastic, man. That's how my parents and I used to roll. We used to have good talks, man. Boy, that conversation, verbal jam session. My father and mother, they're like walking music Bibles. Just nothing you read, but the actual experience. So that was that. And we're going to continue more with my family and talk about my father, Rex Garvin, and the fabulous India, my mother. Now we talk about another person who passed, man, February 23rd. An element of the Isley brothers, Mr. Chris Jasper. He was unique, man. His album Super Bad, that slow jam he did, Like I Do. Also, Isley, Jasper, and Isley, Caravan of Love. Oh man, so much good music. Well, we have a special guest on. We're going to talk with Mr. Charles Washington Jr., who has an Isley Brother appreciation page. And we're going to talk about the love we have for the Isley brothers, man. You know, when it comes to black people, people don't really know what makes us tick, what makes us. It's, you know, they need to learn more about us because we're not about just rap and hip-hop. It ain't about Biggie and Tupac with us and Snoop Dogg and Ice-T. It's more, and Beyonce, no. It's more to us. And that's why this show is for people to learn more about the variation of us. This show is really for people of other cultures. East Indian, white, Spanish, Latino, Asian, any other color, and it's Africans, but it's for people to learn about us because there's more to us. And that's what I want to present to you, the more that we have within our race. Check out this wonderful conversation I'm going to have with Mr. Charles Washington Jr. about Chris Jasper from the Isley Brothers. Get into it. Get involved. This is the Funk Lounge Talk Theater. Check it out.
Hey, now.
Mr. Charles Washington.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How you doing, my man? Are you able to talk now?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
I'm good.
Okay. Are you ready, brother? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm talking to my engineer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So we good, Brian? Cool. Okay, hey man, we have a special guest on here on the show, man. I thank you so much for coming on to the Funk Lounge Talk Theater. Thanks everybody for listening. You know, let me say this before I bring this fantastic guest on. One thing about music and being on Facebook or interacting, whatever the case, when you meet somebody who loves music the same way you do, who have the same memories, it's scary and pleasantly haunting because you don't know somebody, but then you got the same like, and it's the way you like the music. And I'm going to tell you, man, the Isley Brothers, to me, in my opinion, is one of the greatest, underrated funk, rock, pop, fusion rock funk. They were doing some stuff because I never forget when they did Twist and Shout, when it was just the three brothers, that was one thing, Twist and Shout, whatever the case. But then they did I Got Work to Do. And that's when they got a little bit, I was like, wait a minute, they're doing something here. But then I think I had to be maybe around 12 or 13. I know, but I know I was young. I never forget, I was in Savannah, Georgia. My mother had a nightclub in Savannah. And that doggone jukebox, man. You talking about the time when Casey and the Sunshine Band came out. Dream Merchant, Wildflower, New Birth, all that kind of stuff. I used to visit the South from New York. Man, but then when the Isley Brothers came, they came with this 3+3 album. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I never forget when I heard Who's That Lady, another dimension came. They were doing something I never heard before. And then there was this guitar player. Then I didn't know they had a brother named Ernie. And then they had Live It Up, all that kind of stuff. But then it was Ernie, it was Marvin, then it was this beautiful man named Chris Jasper. Woo! Charles Washington Jr., can you finish it up? Tell me about Chris Jasper, Charles.
Um, I don't know, it's crazy. Well, Chris is responsible for a lot of the music from 1983
Yep.
to around 1990. No, I'm sorry, 1973
Yep.
to 83.
That's right. That's right.
The Isleys were together. They was just the older three,
Right.
and later the younger three joined, Marvin, Ernie, and Chris.
Right.
And the music looked like it just took on a whole different dynamic.
It sure. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when speaking of Who's That Lady, the Isleys had already made Who's That Lady, and boy, when the other three came in,
it was over.
We did that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was like a whole different song.
Yeah.
A whole different song.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And the thing, man, with the music is, with Isley, you first hear the intros and the music, So I credit that to Chris and Ernie and Marvin, and Chris being he didn't graduate from Juilliard, but he did attend Juilliard, and the three of them went to CW Post, and they got their degrees there in music, but boy, let me tell you something. Those intros, man, the music first, and then after you hear the music, that identical sound will come in later, and you hear here come Ronald,
right,
and here come the background. Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
It was like music theater.
Yes, and the thing about the music, man, what the thing about the Isleys is, you put the album on.
You said the whole album.
You go. They had hit albums.
Yeah, they had, right. Hey, Charles. Hey, Charles. Not a song. Yeah. No, they had a hit album.
Right.
Right.
And you could go from song
to song. Yep.
Song.
That's right.
Everything was a potential hit.
But Charles, Charles, let me say this.
Sir.
Charles, wait a minute. But you blowing my mind, brother. Charles,
yes,
just imagine, Charles. Imagine being a young kid, man, between 11 to 18.
Right.
And that new sound comes out that you ain't never heard before.
That's right.
Hey, Charles, I ain't talking about this. Boom, boom, boom. Drop them nuts, nigga. Drop them nuts, nigga.
Right.
No, I ain't talking about that.
We talking about real music.
I'm talking about real music.
Grown folks music.
Grown folks, man.
Yes. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Hey, the music that don't make you want to kill somebody.
Yeah, exactly, man. We ain't trying to kill nobody,
right.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly
and then they had a Charles. Then they had them slow jams.
Yes, yes, man. Let me if I can tell you this. I was in the military, so I was stationed overseas, and like you said earlier, I thought the Isleys were very underrated because you hear their music all the time, but a lot of people you hear their music, you don't know who it is.
Right, but but every time you hear them,
yeah, I'm in Korea at night, okay, with the lights on in the city, right? Korea, you hear me? Yeah. I'm in Korea, another country, and I go into this record store. They wouldn't make anybody's music in there, and I have this guy to go outside and put a tape on, and I'm hearing "Hello, It's Me" blasting down the streets,
please.
In Korea.
Hello,
and I'm like, man,
hello,
this sound,
hello.
yes, man, or "At Your Best You Are Love," blasting in the street, man, that sounds so good. You can just imagine it. You're a whole different country, man. Whole different country.
And then you hear that over there.
Yes. And
Ron and that beautiful song blasting on the street, man.
Yes, man.
Because Ron's voice is like angelic.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So.
But I said on the and what's the name of your post on Facebook, Charles, so people can go to it?
It's the Isley Brothers Appreciation page.
And you know what's so beautiful about that, man? Chris Jasper, before he had passed, he was reaching out to us.
Right.
He was saying
Absolutely.
thank you, and I mean, because we're getting the Isley thing going, Charles. You know.
Yes.
And when he had died February 23rd, we were like, what?
Right.
Right.
You know, there were people, I tell you what, as the administrator of that page, man, there were people trying to post stuff. And I'm like, you know, they have so many hoaxes nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So I would send a message to them, say, are you sure about this? Please don't put stuff on here if you're not sure about it. You know, because I did not want to believe that had taken place, man.
Right.
I'm like, this don't seem real.
Oh,
you know,
Charles, you know what? Charles, you may never lie, because people didn't want to believe it.
Right.
So people started like Googling, trying. They're trying to say, no, this cannot be a hoax. The reason why, because we just connected with Chris.
Yes, man.
He just said thank you.
Let me tell you something about Chris, man. Again, I was stationed in Germany. Chris went solo. I'm gonna pick up this picture right now. He went solo, man. So I'm following the Isleys. Whichever way they go, whether it's 3, 2, whatever, however they do it, I'm following the Isleys. So when Chris comes out and goes solo, man, I got to have that.
The Super Bad album?
No, well, I'm not sure. No, this was let's see. This was in 2001.
Oh, really?
And yes. So when I ordered the CD, Chris sent me. I'm in Germany, man. I ordered the CD. Chris sent me an autographed photo, man. And it just said, I mean, it's not much on it, but it meant a lot.
Hold on, he sent you the picture himself?
Yes, man.
I know you. Man. I know you were like done. I know you.
It says to Charles, God bless you and your family. Chris Jasper, 2001.
Man,
he sent this to me, man.
That touched you ever since, didn't it?
Oh, man, you know, I'm like, man, yeah, this is a cool guy, man.
Yes.
So every time he come out with something, man, if I knew about it, you know, I purchased it. You know, I purchased, and not only that, you order CDs, man, his solo CDs. He will autograph those for you, man.
Wow, he was really a nice guy. He was a beautiful human being.
Absolutely.
That's why people couldn't believe that he passed. Yeah, he was just yeah.
You know, I mean, healthy. You know, like, you know, good shape and everything. You know, it just, I don't know, man. It just kind of unreal. You know.
It is unreal. It's very unreal. It's very unreal, man. I know. You know. I was listening to a lot of the music. You know that song, "Baby, It's All Right."
Oh, absolutely.
You hear Chris.
From the Real Deal.
The Real Deal. The Real Deal album.
The Real Deal. Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, Charles, one of the great. I'm also an Ohio Players fanatic. I'm a fanatic. But man, the Isley Brothers. Let me tell you something. In 1979, their breakout album, with that song "Pass It On" and "Say You Will."
Go all the way.
Go,
yes, go
brother.
All the way.
They went a whole nother level.
Yes, man. Yes,
that go all the way.
Yes.
And that percussion go all the way.
Yes.
Hey, baby, don't you dare turn around. I said, whoa.
And you know, man, if I get the opportunity again, I want to ask them why only 6 songs on their album. Now, here's what I think. My thing is that, you know, when you do something and you say, it's just, you got it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And you stop. I don't know this, but this is just what I think about it. I'm thinking, man, they put down those 6 songs, man, or Go All the Way.
On that album.
They said, yes, man. And they just say, you know what? That's it.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
No, you're right.
Know, but those are my thoughts. They said, you know what? That's it.
No, you know, let me tell you. Let me tell you why I agree with you. Let me tell you why I totally agree with you. I think when they made that album, they blew their own minds because the songs were so good. Because those songs are something I ain't never heard before in my life.
Man, you riding down the road, man, and you blasting that.
You riding down the road and you blasting that one?
Yes.
Whoa.
And then you follow Here We Go Again by Say You Will. Oh my God.
Here We Go Again.
Yes, man.
Charles, nothing sounds like it.
Yeah, nothing sounds like it, man.
And Say You Will.
Yes.
And Charles, don't forget about Don't Say Goodnight.
Brother, that was the one. Number 1 on the charts, man. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was the one.
Oh.
Don't Say Goodnight, boy. What?
Man, okay. Okay, this is important. anybody, especially young American, I'm a preach right now. Cause you talking,
Okay.
Charles, how old are you? 55?
No, 59.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Anybody out here, this is very important. This is Rex, and this is Mr. Charles Washington Jr. You're listening, I'm 63. I was born in 62. You're listening
Okay.
to two grown men. You're listening to men, not no softies, heterosexual, straight up, homemade men. Let me tell you something. You hear how we talking about music? See, you young kids don't get slow music like this no more. When me and Charles came up, we had soulful music, mental meditation. See, when music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that kind of music, it's soothing, it's healing, it's thought-provoking. You don't want to hurt nobody, you don't want to kill nobody, it calms you down. There's a certain kind of ingredients in this crazy music of now that's very crazy. And how Charles and I is talking, we're talking about calm, stimulating music, man. Charles, what does music mean to you?
Oh man, music is everything. Music is life, man. Music is life. As you go throughout the day or whatever, for myself, as I walk throughout the day, man, I hear music. There are certain songs and certain situations or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Excuse me. But music is life to me.
And I'm gonna tell you, man. Even what's the album with Merry Go Around?
Love Merry Go Round. That's on the
Inside You.
Yeah,
Inside You.
The Inside You album. Yes, Love Merry Go Round.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's another one.
That's another one.
And I would just like to put this in there as well. That's when I knew Chris Jasper was sure enough bad there.
Hey,
because he had the orchestra on the back of that thing, man.
Go ahead.
To back him up on Inside You,
mm-hmm.
he had a whole full orchestra on there, man.
Yep.
Conducted by Chris Jasper, man. Oh my goodness, that's an album out of this world, man.
Man,
underrated and out of this world.
Let me tell you something. What's the other album they did? That double record set with Disco Night.
Winner Takes All.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, they did a double album, bro.
Right. And it from song
and those
to
songs
to song.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
The slow songs on there are dangerous.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, hey, you play Isley brother at that time, a female's getting pregnant. Oh, you can believe that.
Yeah, you're talking about Fall in Love, Let's Fall in Love.
That's the one right there. Fall in Love.
My Heart. Yeah. Key to My Heart. Don't forget that one, man. Oh my goodness.
What was that? The what now?
Key to My Heart.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That Key to My Heart. Let me tell you something. That was 1978. No, 79.
That one was 79. I think Go All the Way came out in 1980.
Oh, right. Let me tell you something. When I heard this white girl, I never forget this white girl, because back then music was so separate, because white folks had their music, we had our music. I never forget this white girl, pretty white girl too. She says, "Oh my God, the key to my heart." Oh, she started because she never heard that kind of song before. I never forget her reaction to that song, cause it's a beautiful song. Ron Isley gets he don't get the propers, man.
I'm telling you,
his voice, and for that man to still be singing the way he does it. That's what I'm saying. I get so mad at I don't get mad at no other race. I get mad at our people. I don't get mad at white people. I don't get mad at no other race. I get mad at us for not appreciating our own people.
That's right. That's true. That's right.
Okay? I don't get mad at, cause hey man, the slave time is over. Being dumb is over now.
That's right.
We have to wake up to another kind of smartness, because within our culture there's so much about us. But the media and the music industry, they have us one way. But in real life, we have variation within us, and a lot of people are really just learning about us. I mean, even you and I talking, you're 59 years old, I'm 63. This is the first time a lot of listening ears hear two black men talking like this about music back in the day. Because we're not talking about who got shot, but Biggie and Tupac.
No. No, man.
Right. See, we got to change this narrative. We got to change this narrative, because music, man, we've really have missed out. A lot of people don't even care and don't know that Chris Jasper died. They don't know how important he is. Like to you and to me and you, we're like, oh, he's like our Elvis Presley. Right. But to other, that's what I'm saying. We have to re-educate people about the things that we like.
That's right. That's true. This is true.
Because but then sometimes other people don't care what we like because they're not us. So therefore, we have to like what we like.
Right.
Because nobody really cares. Because it's really personal.
Well, it is, but a lot of times too, what I get to do is sit back and listen. And what a lot of people don't realize as well is that if you go to these sporting events, weddings and stuff like that,
yes,
you don't know that you hear the Isley Brothers, but you hear the Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
There's not one Sunday you can turn on that you can't turn on a football game.
That's true.
Or basketball game, and during those little breaks or those celebrations,
yes, sir,
of a certain whatever happens, you hear shout.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I go to a lot of football games, man, and I hear shout all the time.
That's right.
And I'm talking about the Ronald Isley shout, the Isley Brothers, you know, but they don't realize what they're listening to.
Yes, sir.
So when I tell them, they say, I never heard of Isley. Say, have you heard of shout? You know, have you heard of the Beatles? You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, they did Twist and Shout and Shout. Hey, they got it from the Isley Brothers.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, and then when they did the Fight the Power album. And then and where does this come from? Footsteps in the Dark.
Footsteps in the Dark.
I mean, who comes up with something like that? No one was doing that back then.
I'm telling you.
Take me to the next phase.
Right. Take me to the next phase. I want to be with you.
Yeah, I want. That was my jam. Night. You know, that's what I said. Isley Brothers was doing like funk R&B rock, funk rhythm and blues rock. Hey, now Charles, where are you in Georgia?
Well, I live right outside of Macon, Georgia.
Oh, you live outside of Macon?
Yeah.
And
right outside of Macon.
And every day, how are our black youth doing, brother?
Well, it just depends, man. Some are not doing as well. Yeah. But there are some that are doing great things, you know.
Good.
And that stuff comes from your environment. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna have you back on the show, man. And okay. People, please support the page and check it out because I'm on there all the time. We're gonna be talking about the Isley Brothers. Yeah. We're gonna talk about what everything we like about it. And I'm gonna tell you anybody that's listening right now. Listen to some Isley Brothers music. It's like looking for a lost treasure. You're gonna find tunes you ain't never heard before because they got so much music out there that's untapped. Am I right, Charles?
You're absolutely right. Because these songs that people are here, a lot of songs people hear for the first time. Like when Aaliyah comes out and does
At Your Best, You Are Love.
Yes, they don't know what the Isleys
they don't know that's the Isley Brothers. That's right. Yep.
They put something on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then here comes Aaliyah because the younger people hear it.
Right.
They don't know nothing about that original. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So yes, man.
That's
there are
right.
a lot of samples from the Isleys, man.
Well,
and people are listening though because where they're not listening, they wouldn't know to sample certain songs.
Yep.
You know.
Well, the good news is, man, you have a lot of young people now that have old school souls. And they listen. A lot of these new young people, they love the old stuff. A lot of young people are buying vinyl. They're wearing old school T-shirts because musically, as humans, we're at a crossroads right now. We don't know where to go, and there's so much crap out here. We're looking for substance.
Right.
And so our music, Charles, from back in the day, our music give these new minds substance.
Right.
So that's the good news about what these young people have not heard before, even though it was always out there. They just never had a chance to get to it because it wasn't presented to them. So that's what we do here at the Funk Lounge Talk Theater. We educate, we participate, and have people learn, man. Because this is not only do we laugh, trip out, and have fun, we're really here to learn about some stuff because there's so much information these young, fresh minds are not familiar with. So what I do, I give them something that they're missing. And Charles, can you suggest some good songs for some people to listen to by the Isley Brothers?
By the Isleys?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, of course. Footsteps in the Dark. If you get that, and if you were to just Isley Brothers period would blow your mind.
Who Loves You Better?
Who Loves You Better? If you get
Harvest.
the Inside
That's
You,
from the Harvest from the
Harvest
World
for
album,
the
right?
other thing. Yes, that's right. That's Harvest for the World. The song Harvest for the World.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can listen to that.
That's a good song
But
too, man. It's very
yes,
very
man.
deep lyrics.
Cause you know, when I started listening to the Isleys, I'm like, man, I wanted to know more and more and more and more. Then I would look and see that there was a previous album before that. I listened to that album, and there was a previous album before that. I listened to that album,
Right.
and I'm like, well, shoot, man, can they do any wrong? So I found myself pulling for them like you pull for a football team or a basketball team,
Right.
wanting them to do that next album to see if they can do just as well as they did the last time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they never disappoint, man. So if it's Isley Brothers, man, check it out. Check it out.
Excellent.
You know,
Well, Charles Washington Jr., thank you so much for calling and talking here at the Funk Lounge Talk
absolutely.
Theater. And tell us your page again.
It's the Isley Brothers Appreciation Group on Facebook.
And we have nice discussions. We have good talk. And I'm going to tell you something, everybody that's listening, after you listen to an Isley Brother tune into the Isley Brothers Appreciation page and tell us what you think about the music. That's what we want you to do. So listen, so that's your assignment, people. Anybody, no matter who you are, what background you're from, as long as you're listening to this, if you want some nice musical, mental, personal satisfaction, listen to an Isley Brothers tune, and when you like it, and you will like it, you ain't gonna go, it's all right. And you're gonna go, whoa, I like this, because that's the way their music is designed. It's designed for you to like it. It's amazing how they do it. So after you listen and digest, go on Facebook, go to the Isley Brothers Appreciation page, and when you see Charles Washington Jr., you know you're in the right spot, and just let us know what you think.
All right.
Charles, thank you so much for calling in, man. We talk with you shortly, man. And
yes, sir.
God bless and keep on keeping on.
Same here, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, my man. Peace out.
All right. All right, then.
Well, everybody, it's been fun. Thank you so much for tuning in to Funk Lounge Talk Theater. I'd like to thank my special guests, Mr. Robert Scott, Carl Newsom, and Mr. Charles Washington Jr., talking about Chris Jasper and the Isley Brothers. And we're not finished yet. We're going to have more talk about the Isley Brothers, man, because the music they did was, like, phenomenal. And I want a lot of young people and people, whoever you are, get into their music, because their music is definitely therapy. No matter what kind of emotional thing you're going through, they have a tune to satisfy what you're going through. The Isley Brothers. It's like the theater of variation of music. Thank you so much. This is yours truly. This is the Rex. This is Funk Lounge Talk Theater. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got some more shows happening, and we're going to do some live shows too. We're going to do some actual live shows. I got a live show called The Musical Diet. I'm gonna do a funk show for young people at the college. So like I said, I'm coming out the closet. No more comedy. That's what I used to do a long time ago. Steve Harvey, Chris Tucker, Earthquake, Jamie Foxx, all them people knew me as a comedian, but not now. I'm living my dream. The true to form funk prophet, laugh specialist, feel-good therapist, funk jam artist. I'm not a comedian, but I can still make you laugh. But I have you dance, I make you some food, and I get funky at the same time. Thank you, Mr. Brian at Mousetrap Studios, and everybody else. Y'all be cool. Catch you later.